When I first started getting into games, I found it so difficult to find new recommendations. I would watch through all of these videos on cozy games and they would mostly focus on games like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. And I get it, these games are great, and also videos on them do very well. My top video of all time is over on TikTok and it's recommending It Takes Two, which is a very popular game. And yeah, my videos on smaller indies don't do as well, but I love recommending them. The underground indie games are just my favorite to talk about. It's the ones made by small teams of people, the ones that tell a story that you wouldn't normally be able to find in games, the ones that have wacky worlds that are just joyful. That is one of the reasons why I made this channel, Cutie Indie Rex, so I could recommend these games that weren't being talked about as much. So I'm bringing you a few of my favorite indie game hidden gems. I've really enjoyed playing all of these, and I definitely think that they need to be talked about more. I do try to bring as many of these smaller indie games into my recommendations as possible, so if you do enjoy them, please make sure to subscribe. Let's get into it. If you like Journey, Omno is definitely a game you should check out. This one is done by a single dev studio and is a beautiful adventure exploration game. You traverse different environments and complete puzzles, there's a bit of 3D platforming, and you collect energy and light orbs to advance to the next section. Along the way, you learn new abilities and get to interact with cute plants and animals in different worlds. I was happily impressed by this game, especially because it's done by a single dev. The environments are simple and just beautiful, and I loved exploring and interacting with different pieces of the world. The puzzles were interesting and gave the game just a bit of challenge while keeping with its very chill vibe. The animations are satisfying, and I particularly loved the surfing and teleporting mechanics. The story is pretty abstract, which I felt went along very well with the entire vibe of this game. This one is currently on Game Pass and is a great little exploration game that is full of life. Mutazione is an adventure game set in a world of mutated people and plants. You play as Kai, who is visiting her sick grandfather, who lives in a town full of mutant characters. Someone on TikTok described this one as playing a soap opera, and I fully agree. In this game, you hear all the small town gossip while getting to know the people who live in the town. You collect seeds from different environments and build your own magical gardens, all while learning about your grandfather's life and making new friends. I really enjoyed this game. The art is a really cool style, and the world and characters are so well done that I loved spending time in this world. The story is really interesting and full of mystery and twists and turns, and I definitely did feel like I was in a soap opera. I love a game with great plans, and collecting seeds from around the environment and growing my own mutated gardens was so much fun. This one is currently on Apple Arcade and is a great one to pick up for a chill and engaging story. Botanicula is quite an old game and still deserves to be talked about. It's a cute puzzle adventure game set in a wacky world full of plants and insects. You play as a group of 5 friends in a tree who are trying to save the last seed before parasites take over. You complete puzzles by interacting with the characters and environment of this world, and this is a really silly and whimsical game. I just totally fell in love with this game when I played it. The world design is so well done and was just so much fun to be in. The controls are point and click, which makes this game very simple to play. The puzzles do make you think, and you can interact with the environment in unique and unexpected ways. There isn't dialogue in this game, and everything is conveyed through the animation and sound design, which is fantastic, by the way. If you are looking for a cute and lighthearted experience, Botanicula is a great one to pick up. Nuts is a surveillance mystery adventure game about researching squirrels. You play as a graduate student who is stationed in the forest and tasked with following squirrels by tracking them with cameras. You move cameras around the environment during the day and watch them at night to observe the squirrel behavior. As time goes on, the squirrels start acting more and more strange, and it's up to you to figure out the cause. This one was reminiscent of Firewatch with the simple and engaging gameplay and the eerie forest setting. The gameplay is slow and calm and allows you to take your time to enjoy this environment and track your little squirrel friends. The colorscapes in this game are jaw-dropping. Each level has 2 contrasting colors for day and alternatives for night. Just spending time in this beautiful world was so lovely. I truly enjoyed going on squirrel-related adventures and unraveling the mystery of the forest through this stunningly beautiful game. If you do love the Firewatch meets Researcher vibe, this is a great one to pick up on Apple Arcade and other platforms. Kill It With Fire is a lighthearted game where you kill spiders in increasingly crazy ways. There is a content warning on this one for spiders, so if you are not a fan, skip on to the next game. I know people on TikTok really appreciated that content warning, so here we go. You go through very familiar environments that have been overrun with spiders. Your goal is to find as many of them as you can and kill them. As you progress, you'll get increasingly crazy weapons, which are a ton of fun to try to kill spiders with. You have a list of extra objectives in each level to complete for bonuses as you try to make it out of this world without too much spider-related trauma. This game was just so much fun to play. The sound design is great and truly gives the horror movie type vibe, and the game physics really add to the fun. I love the different weapons that I got throughout the game, and these environments were so much fun to explore and destroy. This one's on Game Pass currently and is a great one to pick up if you're looking for a bit of a laugh. When the Past Was Around is a beautiful and emotional point-and-click adventure. You play as a young woman and follow her journey as she experiences love, loss, and grief. The gameplay is similar to that of an escape room type puzzle game where you collect items from the environment and use them to solve puzzles. The story is told disjointedly in flashes of memory and emotions. This is another one without dialogue where the story is told through animations, gameplay, and music. This is such an emotional and beautiful game. The emotions the main character is feeling are conveyed so well, and the scenes are just amazing to be a part of. The puzzles offer a bit of a challenge but are mostly straightforward. The game focuses on music as a main element of the story, and the in-game music is moving to match. When the Past Was Around is a great one to pick up if you're looking for a point-and-click puzzle game with a chill and emotional story. Jenny LeClue Detectivu is such a cute mystery game. It's set within a novel where you play as Jenny LeClue as she solves the mystery of a murder within the town. You traverse environments, investigate clues, and put together pieces of evidence to advance the story. The art for this one is so great, and I loved these glowy and enchanting worlds. The mystery solving felt deliberate and felt like I was actively solving a mystery. I quite enjoyed the slower game pacing that was heavily focused on the narrative. Also, the voice acting for this is chef's kiss. I do need to warn you that this is the first of a two-part game series, and part 2 is not out yet. I did get a bit disappointed at the end of this one because it is a to-be-continued ending because I was just so excited about the story. This one is currently on Apple Arcade and is a great one to check out if you do love the mystery-solving genre. Assemble with Care is a puzzle game where you play as an antique restorer traveling the world. You go to a new town and repair objects while learning about the stories of the people who live there. Fix household objects by taking them apart, replacing pieces, and putting them back together. This one is a short game with a really sweet story set in a book-type layout with cute illustrations. The object repair is both simple and satisfying and has quite easy puzzle mechanics. I played this one on Apple Arcade and really enjoyed the touch controls. If you don't want to mess around with Apple Arcade, it is available on PC, which is where I recorded this gameplay. This is a great one if you're looking for a lovely story with simple game mechanics and one you can finish in an afternoon. I have just so many recommendations, and this is just the tip of the iceberg with indies that I love. I quite like doing these game compilation videos. Please leave me a comment, let me know if you like these types of compilation videos or if you have an idea or something else that you'd like me to cover. I have a bunch of ideas, but I would love to know your thoughts. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm coming at you every week with game recommendations and beginner tips. I'll see you next time, and happy gaming!